Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Paul from Prior Witness, and today I want to go into how to create scenes for the Headrush MX5. This allows you to assign a lot of amps, a lot of effects, all to a single point on your MX5 because I can't figure out how to say words here. This is ridiculous. Why are you watching this video? I don't know. I don't know. This is devolving into some craziness. So we're going to be looking at these switches, 1, 2, and 3. They pretty much tell you how to do each scene. And each scene, like for number 1, how we're going to do this is we've got a heavy tone. Number 2, we're going to do a clean tone. And number 3, we've got a lead tone. And hopefully by the end of this thing, you're not screaming at your computer wondering, why in the hell did I just waste my time watching this dude? Is this going to teach me anything? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you'll learn something. We'll see. Anyway, so we got a new rig here. We're going to get to it, and I'll walk you through this as best as I can. So you're going to click on the plus button here. We're going to set up our heavy tone first. So let's pick a heavy amp. Maybe you want an angle amp because it's awesome. Maybe you're weird and you think you can get a heavy tone out of a Fender. I don't know. Maybe a Vox. You probably get some good crunchy tones out of a Vox. AC/DC, work for them. Might work for you. I don't know. It's a thought. There's some 800s here. You can probably figure out what that is. That's the good old JCM 800. You know, it's kind of what Slayer does. It's their thing. My thing is the Soldano. I really like it. I think it's a good amp on this thing. So we're going to use that as our example. You'll notice it's going to give you a cab. We're going to delete that. And the main reason for that, honestly, is just because I use my own IRs. I have this thing connected. Usually, well, not usually, 99.9 repeating percent of the time, it's connected to either my amplifier, and for this recording, this is actually going direct into the computer. It's actually going into my mixer and then into an interface, and then from there it's going into the 2 notes wall of sound, and I got some IRs in there. So that's how we're doing this. A couple of things we're going to add to the end here for this first heavy tone. There's not going to be a whole lot here, just the amp. We're going to be setting up a gate because you don't want all that nastiness and sound coming out at the end, because who wants that? I mean, maybe that's your thing. I don't know. I hope not, but there's my setting there. The thing we're going to add to the end here, I don't want this expression pedal to just be useless and not doing anything. It's just my own OCD, I guess, coming into play. So we're going to click on expression, volume, and believe it or not, we actually have to assign this thing to the pedal. So we're going to click on these dots here, hardware assign, and click on the plus button over here. This is for your expression pedal. We're going to find volume. You can actually be really crazy in here and go to range and select the range. Like I said, this thing can get really crazy. We're back out. All right. Kid you not, that's it for our heavy tone. That's it. So the next thing we're going to do a clean. Click on another amp. I'm going to select one that just came out on the latest firmware update. As of this video, they just released a new one which added some pretty cool stuff. It added the Roland JC120, which is pretty neat. Getting rid of the cab for that. Here, I'll show you. It's the 84J-120H. I just went straight to my preset. That's what you were watching there. All right. I like a few other things going on with my clean tone. So up front, we're going to select a compressor. You got a few compressors here. All right. Next thing I like chorus. So we got modulation. We're going to do a chorus pedal here. Let's see, rich. I actually don't have a template for this. I like toning it down the rate a little bit. The JC120 actually does have built-in chorus. I actually do have it on. I'm going to shut it off here for today's purposes. The chorus built-in is pretty neat. All right, so now we got our stuff set up for our clean. We're going to add some stuff for our lead tone now. So I'm going to click on one of these pluses in front of the amp. And I'm going to select a distortion model. There's a lot of different ones here. I'm going with white boost. I clicked on the wrong template there. Let's do crunch because reasons. Sure, why not? And then at the end, close to the end of the chain, we're going to have some delay. Bucket Brigade, that sounds good. Let's do it. I mean, look at that. It gets pretty nuts in there. All right. Now what we're going to do, we're actually going to set up our scenes now. You'll notice none of these have any colors or nothing on them. Real quick, I forgot to do this in front of you. On the first amp, you'll notice there's a color palette down here. That's going to be important later. This is my heavy tone, and I associate heavy with red. Maybe you like purple. I don't know. That's not really my thing. Clean, I like using green. You'll find out why I just did that here in a minute. So click on the triple dots over here. We're going to do hardware assign. All right, now we're going to do these plus. Each of those three pluses, let me back up real quick. Each of these three pluses represent these three switches, by the way. You can do a lot of different things here, but we're going to keep it simple for today. Amp 1 and amp 2. If you're wondering which one is which, once you click on, see how it's red? Our Soldano was red, so that's how we know we didn't screw that up. We're going to click on this toggle thing. That switches to scene. All right. So now we're going to click on edit. Here's where all the magic happens. So you got a color palette up here now. This is going to be my heavy tone, so I'm going to leave that at red. So I'm going to make that the color red. Then I'm going to select which pedals I want off and which ones I want on. You'll notice a lot of these say no change right now. We're going to change all that. So for heavy tone, I don't like compression on, so we're going to select that off. White boost, we're not going to have that on right now. Amp is going to be on. Notice amp 2 is colored green and our Soldano is colored red. That's why we did that, just to make sure we could differentiate, because it only labels them amp and amp 2. Chorus we want off. We're going to have the delay off. Our gate is going to be on, because you don't want all that nastiness. And then volume we're not going to change, because we want this expression pedal to do whatever we want. So that's scene 1. And we're going to rename it, because why would you want it just to be called scene? That's ridiculous. You don't want that, do you? I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. It could be fun during your show trying to figure out which scene is which. We're not doing that. Okay, switch 1 is lit up. That's going to be your heavy tone. Now we're going to do a clean one. Click the next plus. All right, we're going to do on. All right, same thing. Click on toggle. Now it's on scene. And click edit. All right, so this is going to be green. I like clean for green. Didn't mean for that to rhyme, but you know, we're going to go with it. Dynamic comp is going to be on. White boost is off. This amp is off. Amp 2 is going to be on. Chorus is on. Delay is off. Gate is off. Volume, no change. Back up. Oh, look at that. I just screwed it up in front of you on camera. It's going to be the world's longest. Oh, good. It saved it. How about that? How about that? Now we can rename it. I want to name this clean. And click enter. All right, now we got 2 of them set up. This is going to be our lead tone. All right, so I'm going to do amp 1, because I want this for my Soldano. We're going to click toggle back to scene. We're going to go edit. All right, now this time we need to pick a color for our lead tone. I feel like being weird and crazy, so we're going to go pink. That's kind of purple, isn't it? I don't know. Looks pink to me. Maybe it's purple. It's a light shade of purple. Fuchsia? I don't know. We're going to click the comp off. We're going to do white boost on, because we're going to have a bunch of stuff going on at once. Clean amp is going to be off. Chorus is going to be on. We're going to have our delay on. Gate's going to be on. And then volume is no change. Click inside there. See, my fat fingers did it again on me. I'm going to do lead. Lead. There you go. Now we have scenes. Now hopefully you can hear this going on. I'm going to turn the volume up a little bit on the good old guitar. So here's heavy tone. Clean. and lead. All right. There you go. That's how to make some scenes. It only took us 10 minutes to get through that. How about that? So there's some more in-depth stuff we could do. Depending on how this video goes. I don't know if you guys like this and you want to see more. Just let me know in the comments. If I did something ridiculously wrong that you just can't go through life without telling me how wrong I am, please let me know. I love reading those. Those are great. Let me know what I did right too. And yeah, thanks for watching.